Good morning, everybody. It is like August 15th. I'm in my garden this morning, kind of just going through double checking for any damage because I had some hungry squirrels that started eating on some of my tomatoes. I don't know how to keep them out of here. I feed them, so they shouldn't be in here at all, but apparently they are. So what I'm trying, as I'm doing this from no experience, is I'm using my produce bags. I know squirrels will chew through iron to get to bird seed. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing with my tomatoes, and then I also wanted to show you something about pruning and some tried and true methods on pruning. So this one I wanted to show you today. So what I've done here, is I just doubled up my produce bag and I wrapped it around this tomato. That tomato is probably about 1.5 pounds already. It's a Kellogg's breakfast. And I did it for this one under here also. Because they're getting really big and I don't want the squirrels to eat them. And I'm trying to let them vine ripen as close as possible. See, this one is quite big also. I will put a bag around that one. I hung this bag for support, but then these fell into second place in comparison to something like this, which I did support as well. I did do my trellises up almost 2 feet instead of just a foot. I should have done them only 1 foot up off the ground, but I kind of got overzealous thinking that my tomato plants were going to grow way taller than what they are. But another lesson learned, I guess. They are about 2 feet up off the floor. But I did that produce bag down there also just to, it's not tied or anything. I just kind of wrapped it around and used the weight of the tomato against the stalk to support that. This is one of my tomatoes. It's a Berkeley tie-dye pink. But as you see, something got in there and started eating that tomato, and now I have a bunch of flies and bees that are in there. So I kind of left it because I figure if they're going to eat anything, they're going to continue eating that delicious one that they think is delicious, and hopefully they'll leave the rest alone. I got some average sized tomatoes here, but the second thing I wanted to show you, as you can see, I'm doing the single stemming on the pruning as much as possible, cutting off all the suckers. Well, this variety of tomato down here, there's 2 plants here, here and here. As you can see, the stems are down on the bottom, down here. And this, I kind of trimmed the suckers off and then I kind of just stopped. But look at all the foliage on these 2 plants here. So I'm doing really well in growing foliage. There's some nice sized tomatoes in here. But as you see, like this one's probably 1 pound already. Got some nice ones in here. The problem with this is, like, look at those. Those are huge. They're not ripening. They're not even coming close to blushing right now. So that's just an example of if you focus more on growing foliage, you are not going to get red tomatoes quickly. So all of these plants that I've single stemmed, those I've already gotten tons of red tomatoes off of, and they're still going. I still have blossoms all over the tops of these. And I feed them every 10 days with some liquid fertilizer or some granulated fertilizer and some organic matter. So all of the tomatoes that I have trimmed up, I've gotten to eat off of already. So sometimes people view tomato plants that look at how great my tomato plants are doing. But when you do a side-by-side comparison of tomatoes these were halfway pruned. I did prune them all the way up until it kind of got a little crazy, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this as an example. That's loaded with tomatoes, but nothing is ripening. And I've already probably gathered close to 25 pounds of tomatoes off the rest of these tomato plants. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. And then I will do a follow-up on if my produce bags are keeping the squirrels from eating any of my tomatoes. And they're so smart. They eat the red ones. So I'm done with that. But I have some amazing varieties in here that I want to try this year. But I just wanted to share that stuff with you today on putting the produce bags. And now these produce bags, I get them from Walmart. I think I just searched mesh nylon produce bags, and there was a pack of 100 for like $6. So I bought the most obnoxious colors so I can see them in my garden. And they came in like a week, but I ordered them a long time ago, and I have 200 of them. So I use these to trellis up my melons. Not trellis, but I use them to support the melons on my arch trellis. And I'm going to try them here in the garden. I don't know how squirrels feel about this, and if they're going to try to gnaw through it to get to the tomato. I have no idea, but we're going to find out. And then I'm also glad I was able to show you that bushy tomato plant with all those huge green tomatoes that isn't ripening at all. And all my single stem tomatoes are ripening. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you again for watching my channel. Please subscribe to my channel and share my channel with people, because that's the best way you can help support me in the growth and getting awesome information out to the people that have the passion and desire to garden. So I wish you the best in your gardening adventures, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out.